I'm Chuck McDonald with Informed Entrepreneur, and it's my pleasure today to be with Vinny Asan with Arch Systems. And it's a great honor for Arch Systems. It's been on the Inc. 5000 list, which means it's one of the fastest growing companies in America. So it's a great privilege to talk to you and get some of your wisdom today. So I wanted to read, just right off the top, read a quick summary from the website, and you can feel free to correct me if anything is wrong or outdated. That gives a little bit of the ideas of all the things that Arch is doing. So Arch Systems is a high-growth IT service company serving many of the U.S. government agencies. Arch is experiencing the IT planning phases of systems development lifecycle with over 15 projects. Helps it position to iron out issues with comprehensive analysis, efficient responses, write technical and business documents. Right so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to add some stuff after that?
Okay, I'll finish up and then you can feel free to add in. Arch Systems has performed subcontracting work for the Department of Education, Census Bureau, and Federal Highway Administration. Arch Systems is an MBE certified disadvantaged woman and Asian minority owned business, and the core competencies for Arch Systems are IT planning, software development, data analytics, education and outreach, clinical expertise. So Vinny, did you want to add something to that?
Yes, so first, thank you so much for interviewing me. I think it's a great honor to be interviewed by your company.
Okay.
Additionally, I think that we made it to the Inc. 5000 list twice. Our first Inc. 5000 was 994 out of 5,000, and then we climbed up a few notches. This year, we're 650 out of 5,000.
Excellent.
So, there's trending, there is continuous improvement, there's continuous scaling of our business, which is established by this rating.
Great, fantastic. So one thing I was wondering, I believe your company started in, was it 2006?
That's correct.
2006.
Mm-hmm.
So did it start off did you start off at a high rate of speed, or did you slowly kind of grow over time, and then a few big contracts launched you into this more upper scale of the Inc. 5000?
So it was a slow growth. We started out as a small consulting firm around the kitchen island of my home.
Okay.
And we grew from there. We started large subcontracts. Our largest subcontract that we started with and opened up our first location was in 2011. We started with Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services subcontract with Mathematica Policy, and that grew us into larger contracts. Larger prime contracts and larger contracts into other agencies.
I see. So was there a particular moment that there was a big breakthrough or the tipping point when you were making progress and all of a sudden you signed a very large contract that made a big difference, or just, again, steady progress?
So it was steady progress, but when we hit in 2013, when we won the $10 million project for CMS for the physician quality reporting system, that was one of the milestones that we achieved.
Okay. Now explain that just a little bit more, how that works, how what you did for CMS.
So I myself, started the consulting firm earlier on, worked with a whole lot of business owners and IT folks at CMS.
Mm-hmm.
I facilitated over 300 sessions at CMS myself. I've worked with, business groups, offices and centers across CMS for enterprise architecture work that includes their business process models and their requirements analysis, as well as their technical writing and documentation. So with my background, I got to know a lot of folks at CMS. I got to know their pain points and challenges, and I worked that into the business strategy for our business.
Excellent, excellent. So, and of course, you plan to keep growing?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So, important milestones are we achieved our 8A in 2011. So we have an 8A certification. We're also HubZone certified now. We have 2 locations where you're interviewing me today is our headquarters location, which is our HubZone certified location. So we're 8A HubZone certified women-owned small business. So those are a few socioeconomic categories that we wove into the business. Now moving forward, we have already started planning our growth into the mid-tier arena and then into a large business. So for mid-tier planning, we're doing a lot of strategy development and a lot of bidding on government-wide acquisition contracts, which are called GWACs.
Okay.
And also multiple agency going into not just HHS but other agencies across the board.
Excellent. So give me a couple of ideal clients that you would like to connect with. Types of clients.
Federal government clients are priority. They're
Okay.
major clients, but then we also have state business, so for the state of Maryland and other states, so we're growing into the state's business as well. We've done some local business, but we'd like to then eventually grow into some commercial business as well.
I see. And did I see something about clinical expertise? Is that something you've been doing all along, or is that something fairly new for you?
So we started the clinical side of things. Well, it's really been since 2006 a little bit of that, but since 2013 we hired a group of nurses, and we have a chief medical officer with the physician and the nurse group. We have a clinical IT group called Arch Clinical Enterprises Group, which we call the ACE Group, and they work with our IT folks. So we're truly, which I would say, a healthcare IT company.
Excellent.
Because we have the clinical as well as the IT expertise.
I see. Okay. Well, let me talk a little bit about your background. And you, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from India.
Okay. So how did you, this is very much of an entrepreneur type of a business. And did you learn that as growing up, or when you came here, all of a sudden you decided to become a business owner? What in your background set you up to be a business owner and an entrepreneur?
So I think my educational background in India was very robust. My dad was very educated person, and he had us get the private school, convent school education in India. So he decided to move to the United States, sort of uprooting all of this stuff in India so that we would get further higher education here in the United States. He was looking forward to his children doing better here. So that being the land of opportunities, about 35 years ago, my father decided for us to move in here.
Okay.
So, and we did exactly that. We got a lot more higher education here. And that set us up or at least me, for the entrepreneurial side of things, and to look into more leadership, into more opportunities, which we think America is really the land of opportunities. It's a melting pot. This is where people come together.
I see. Well, wonderful. You mentioned leadership. I'm sure that's a very important thing to have a company grow the way yours is. Give me some of the observations, things you've learned about being a leader just during the time that you've had your company.
So, people actually, learn this through experience. I don't think that people can just, go into leadership without experiencing what it takes to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of give before you can take in leadership. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's also shifting away from management to leadership, because a leader is a person people gravitate towards, people want to follow. So that is a lot of your own character development in yourself, enriching your own being so that you are looked upon as a leader that somebody would like to follow.
I see. So, example, if you met a group of college students, let's say they're interested in business, what type of advice would you give them for being in business?
So I would tell them, very important personal characteristics that a person should develop are focus, commitment, your attention to detail, as well as enjoy working with people. So if you're not a people's person, it's very difficult to grow a business, because you have to get along with all sorts of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Do you have a person that you like to read, a leader that you like to read or learn from, a particular speaker or anyone like that?
So I do a variety of leaders and read a lot. In my doctoral business administration, I read a lot of those books, and I've gotten a lot of insights from a few leaders, but I think that prominent ones would probably be Bill Gates,
Okay.
Dell, and some of those.
I see, mostly in the tech field and how they've grown their enterprise.
That's right.
Okay.
And how they've grown their enterprise not only in the country but internationally, and being able to do business across countries.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, just a final couple of questions. I'm sure in this whole process there's difficulties that you've had to face and overcome. Would you like to comment about what it means to overcome difficulties, or a specific problem that you had to work with your team to overcome?
Yes, so I think running a small business is definitely not an easy task. It has a lot of hardships, but as my dad used to say, it's like a woodpecker. You keep chipping on the wood until you chisel it in the shape and form that you want to get it to. So I've had to do a lot of molding. I've had to do a lot of changing or shifting gears in order to do what I want and how I want our company to be envisioned and to be looked at. So there is everyday learning, there's everyday strategy building, there's vision building. So there's a lot of personal commitment that you need in order to be successful. And then, trust other people, trust to work with them, talk to them, be honest with them. So a lot of that really pays off at the end, because you form a community around you. And that's the community that makes you successful, along with your own personal skills.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you very much. Now, I'm sure maybe there's a question that I didn't ask that I should have asked. Is there any other comments about your company that you'd like to make about the growth, or what you would like to see in the future? You mentioned it a little bit, but anything else about your company? I mean, do you see this as a $100 million company down the road, or are you just going to keep doing the work and seeing where that takes you?
Yes, so I'm definitely going to keep doing the work. I am going to foster as much quality of life, happiness with our work that we're doing. So I'm going to bring on people that not only do a great job, but have a lot of good personal aptitude and skills towards building a company that does meaningful work, that does work that matters to others and enriches lives of other people. So for that, it's really important that we not only form the processes, the certifications and all of those things, but we pride in the most important thing that companies put together, which is people.
Excellent. Are there any financial targets that are out there, or that you would care to comment on? I'm not going to force you to say anything like that, but are there dollar figures that you're kind of aiming for, anything like that?
Yes, so we're aiming towards a $50 million company,
Mm-hmm.
annual revenue so far. And
that's your next step.
Next step.
Goal, huh?
Next goal. And we want to get into the Inc. 500, where we were in the Inc. 5000.
Okay.
So we want to get into that league. As well as, I think that what I would like to see happen is a lot of women coming forward, because I think women do such a good job at being entrepreneurs. I would hope that the federal government actually puts forth more programs where women are seen as leaders, where women get the opportunity to become leaders. And I would, at some point in my lifetime, want to coach other women.
Mm-hmm.
People that have a lot of spirit, but somehow due to all other responsibilities, family and otherwise, we don't get to achieve what we want to. So at some point in time, I would like to, at a university or other places, coach business students to be able to succeed and do well in life.
Excellent. So you'd say that there's still considerable barriers for a woman to be successful like you've been with your company?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In what way is it different? You mentioned sort of family challenges and being able to focus on the business side of things. Anything else?
Yes, so unfortunately it's still a man's world.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go into meetings, when you go into other places, you feel inside of you that they're still doubting your opinion, they don't fully trust you with what you're saying, they doubt the amount of experience, the amount of value that your company may bring, and there is not a total buy-in of a woman being a CEO or a president of a company.
I see. Okay.
So,
Okay, that's the end of our interview here. And Vinny, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for
so
agreeing to
much.
meet with Informed Entrepreneur.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're
the
welcome.
opportunity.